starting to be now, starting to get a little spicy here in Atlanta. We are looking at 74 degrees at 9:30 in the a.m. Now, let me get my mono together. You already know. All right, so how y'all doing? Okay. Oh boy. We need to talk about Mr. Jerron Hurtt. And for those of you guys who don't know who that is the father of the Hurtt twins. And they are two twin boys that have been pretty, popular on the internet. Now, people can be popular and viral, and you guys could have never heard of them. There are plenty out there that I still haven't heard of that are popular and have gone viral. So, y'all go ahead and hit that like button and share this video out, because this has become more and more disturbing as time goes on. So, originally, I can't necessarily say that I was on this guy's side, but I did think that his case was weird, having suddenly finding out about it. Like, a lot of other people, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I remember the twins, and all of a sudden, they have taken the children from him. And a lot of us do know that Department of Children and Family Services can be very wicked. A lot of people I see on the internet saying, oh, they not going to just give you supervised visitations of 1 hour a week when you had primary custody for nothing. Or they not going to just take your children from you for nothing. They not going to just terminate your parental rights for nothing. Which I still don't believe they actually terminated his parental rights. I know people are saying that, but that is a thing that you can't come back from. I think that they just gave her all of the decision-making rights in this situation. But with all that being said, that none of that is true, okay? DFS are crooked. Anything involving children, you have to, be very careful about just either advocating for or slandering. And so if you look into it in any county, any city, any state, they are very crooked and known for doing a lot of funneling of children. I have reported on here in Georgia, they got thousands and thousands of cases of children that they have had missing, that have been, how can I say these words? These are some very risky subjects to have on here. Social media doesn't want us, these platforms don't want us talking about this kind of stuff at all. But, a lot of them been trafficked and put up in hotels, the blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? Okay. And they still haven't got down to that and figured out what happened with all these children and done anything about the ones that have came forward and the hurt and the pain that they've been through, etc., etc. And that's here in Georgia. We know that come on, baby, come on. You can't do that. You're gonna have to figure it out, but get out my lane. There's plenty of cases, where they take the children unjustly, or they take them, they don't give them back, they adopt them out. Y'all remember the two boys that got missing in California, Orion and Orson West? Come to find out, the mother, although that situation was it wasn't necessarily good, that the baby had his femur bone broken by someone who was watching the child. It was also that she didn't want to reveal who that person was. And it was also that she had a medical card, so she didn't want to get that up as a condition to get her sons back, which I don't think that should have been a condition. But that's not really the point. I'm just pointing out that there's cases, because what they did was they adopted these boys out. And the mother says she was not made aware as she was supposed to have been made aware. that they adopted the children now, and she had been trying to get her children back. And we story how that ended, or in the West, still not been found. The adoptive parents did go to prison for it, but we don't even know what happened to those boys. There's plenty of cases and situations where DFS should get involved in cases and help children, and they don't. But their kind of help is sketchy at best, because the children get in the system, and a lot ends up happening to the children that is just not good. In this case, however, with Jerron Hurtt, the children were given to the mother. Now, the story that Jerron came on here with, which is the Hurtt twins' father, is that my children were unjustly removed from my care because they said that I was exploiting them, and they were given to the mom. And I'm getting, why are they closed? Why is my fabric store closed? Not that I really need any more fabric, but I want to make some numbered shirts, mainly tennis, like not tennis, but baseball shirts, and with 48 on it for my birthday, which is Friday, because that's a very big and important number, but we'll discuss that later. But why are they closed? I don't understand. Why are they closed? What's today? Today, Tuesday. What time is it? 9 o'clock? What? Now I'm ready to get on the internet. Did something happen that I don't know about? I know they ain't going out of business. That's a lie. That's a lie. But we'll see. Maybe they open at 10 o'clock. So that give me a good 15 minutes with y'all. Okay, so hit the like button, y'all. So Jerron said that, they took his children, they took his boys. They said that he was exploiting his boys. Now, when I watched the children, I started watching them from Instagram when they were really, really small, like toddlers. I hadn't seen any hair of the mother. I always wondered where was their mother. And I found it weird that there was no mentioning of the mother. Now, of course, a lot of us know now that absolutely there was, and she was involved, like not only just living with them, but she was involved in some of the earlier videos when they were just doing videos, okay? Like he proclaims that they have been doing, which is not true, but we'll talk about that. But I did not initially see or hear anything about the mother. I still haven't until all of this came forth. So the first time that I seen them, now I'm not just saying this, I'm being honest, I thought they were adorable. I loved the whole theme of the content, but I felt like the boys were that it was totally scripted. It's really easy to tell. A lot of people are now seeing it in hindsight, and mainly because he keeps mentioning that they're just sharing memories. We're gonna get into that, but it's just he's repeating that it's so authentic and it's just family memories, and people are like, and then you go back and you watch it, because there's still plenty of that content online, and you can then see, okay, this looks scripted. But for me, I saw it right away. The boys seemed like they were under a lot of pressure. And I'm not exaggerating. This is just my perception. If you want to go back and look and see for yourself, you can. But you can tell that one of the children, I can't remember which one it was, but one of them, he seemed like he had a little bit of an, I want to be careful because I don't want to label the young man. I just know that, children have different personalities. But I think that with him, some of it had to do with him being irritated about something. And it could be some of their illness that they had that, he let us know about. Or it could be, the whole pressure of, let's do it again. No, you got that line wrong, or here we are filming again, and we got to do this instead of just being able to be boys. I felt it was more of that type of energy, but that's just me. But it definitely seems like they were scripted. There was one twin that he seemed very eager to do the videos, and like he really loved it, so he was into it more, and he was always trying to encourage his brother, and it was the same thing over and over again. They had a conflict and they resolved it. Now, upon watching it, you would be like, I know that they're good at solving issues, but why is the father just standing there filming? He doesn't say a peep. He lets them figure it all out for themselves. And I said, well, this is interesting. And this is very deep, because it's super advanced, in my opinion. It's showing that at this young age, they were probably, when I started watching them, maybe 2-3 years old, and then of course 4 or 5, now they're 6, but they were very young. And it's like he had already taught them effective communication and problem solving, amongst other things, right? Faith, religion, when to call, how to call, when to pray, how to pray, and just everything was just perfect to the T. So they have a conflict, which children do and boys do for sure, right? And it's usually one that may even hit his brother. He was a little bit, on the, he just kind of put me in the mind of a grumpy old man, just kind of, sort of. I think if they were just allowed to be boys, it would be a lot better. And if they had more of a balanced life, it would be a lot better. But I felt like some of that was because we always got to do these skits, right? But the other one, he was always looking up at dad, like he wanted to make sure dad was happy with this, and he was pleasing dad and everything like that. And it was just so many different things. If we had the guy who did does the language and body communications. Hi, V. Lamore. Hi. Yes. And I have seen a couple of your videos. There's one that I was waiting on that you did last night, and I didn't get to watch it yet. But seeing it pop up in my home feed triggered me to say this, because I feel like you're still going, so it's only getting worse. And I just feel like it's not enough people speaking up about the situation, but clearly it's a lot of people that can see what's going on, because he went from millions of followers and supporters to not really that many people speaking up for this guy. Now, I don't want to be on here too long, but I will suggest you guys go to V. Lenore. I'm gonna share one on my community tab and watch the videos that she's done with him. I believe she's the same one that had him in an interview, and that was very interesting, to say the least. Okay. But sometimes, a lot of people don't do really any research, and that's kind of what channel holders are for. Like, we've done excessive looking into something, and so we see things that you guys may not know. So it's not necessarily just our opinion, but it is our opinion mixed with facts, mixed with, based upon a lot of things that we have found. And she definitely is one of the ones that have been all up in this man's nut and cracking it. Now, I originally posted a couple of videos on TikTok and, and probably on here too, in support of him, just asking people to listen to him, hear him out, and hear his story. I found it real odd that these guys were so popular, and this man was literally crying on the internet because his boys was taken, and he said they were being abused and stuff, and nobody's even caring, because I was like, we got so addicted to drama, although that is drama, right? And it's kind of weird to see, a grown man on here just crying like that. But I maybe it wasn't entertaining enough, but it's like, we want to see the most dysfunctional stuff, and that's what people flock to. And then, algorithms and stuff like that. So I'm like, no, at least hear him out and let it go from there. But this should not be falling on deaf ears. Then I saw another lady I've since went back and watched a couple of her videos that she's done after I got a new perspective. But I saw her initial video on him, and she at that point hadn't done a lot of research, but she was saying, dude is full of it, he's not being truthful, and blasey woo woo whatever, and bringing up some of the things that we now understand and know to be actually true. But it was being given to her like pretty much during the live. So I was like, oh no, you can't do that, that's not fair, especially when it is involving this man's children and blah blah blah. But you know, at the end of the day, there were a lot of people in her comments and everything, and in her inbox at the time, who were very familiar with the situation. Although I still hold my stance that it shouldn't have been brought forth like that. Spot on as you're getting it, you gotta look into it and make sure it's legit, and then put it out. Because coming back later on and saying, well, you know, guys, we made a mistake, that other person who was influenced by that information may never come back and see that, and even if they do, it's already tainted. You know what I mean? It's kind of like letting a jury hear something they're not supposed to, but they can't unhear it. So I just felt like that was pretty irresponsible. And it's unfortunate that pretty much everything that she was saying in that video turned out to be correct. I am just beyond blown away. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But I'm not completely shocked, because like I said, initially when I first started watching, instead of commenting, because I know how I am, and eventually I wanted to make some comments and ask the guy, can you be less scripted? If it's genuine, if you have really taught these things into your sons, it would just happen. But it is clearly fake, and I was so surprised that so many people was just so moved by it. But you know, I said, I'm gonna leave that man alone and mind my business. That's what I'm gonna do, because at the end of the day, it's positive, you know, with a content, and the world needs that. And if these people are eating it up, they need that, so let them, you know. But my instincts didn't set too well with it. And you know, every once in a while I would kind of like miss them, and I would go back, and then I'm like, okay, they're everywhere, they're all over Facebook, they're all over YouTube. Because when I started watching them, they hadn't even began to like really touch the surface, but they had this one viral video, and that was it. So I remember them chubby face, little bitty witty woodoo things, you know what I'm saying? And it just, as it goes along, it was just so like, you know how he's kind of like, I don't know, to me, he's like monotone. Like, yeah, like he's just, you know, bland or whatnot. You can tell they have a lot of unique personality and exciting personality in them, but I can also feel, and this, I think this comes from the way that I grew up, and I talked about some of that in my last live, but I can feel and sense the stiffness and the tension and the everything that we're saying and doing in this video is something we already discussed, and we must get this right. That's what I sensed. So it was hard for me to like continuously watch them. Plus, you know, I mean, it was just kind of boring to me, because I can tell you pretty much everything that's going to happen in the video when I first see it. And it seemed like he tried to get a little more creative, but again, it's all scripted. So I thought eventually he was going to go somewhere creatively with that, since he is being scripted, and maybe get them some kind of show, because there's so many children on here that, oh boy, they make more money than we probably ever will see in our lives. Probably all there's 3 people in the chat, all 4 of us combined, you know, and more. Just by doing stuff like just having like a little kids show and reviewing toys and stuff like that. So I thought he was going to go more in that direction, but I didn't see the sponsorship coming. I didn't see him taking it in that direction. It was just him having them saying, we're going to change the world. And I'm just like, I'm having a hard time catching the theme of how you guys are going to change the world. By what? By doing what? And just like what is it that you're doing that's going to change the world? I was thinking the dad was gonna come in and explain it here and there, but it was just, we're gonna change the world. And I just was like, he's not really a creative. If he's gonna go this route, he should probably get somebody who's creative and hire them to, like, you know, write this out for them, because this is not working. It's a dead giveaway, and it's kind of mundane, and it's very like repetitive. And for him to try and pass it off as is genuine, you're gonna lose people like that, because they're like, okay, we know it's not authentic, in the sense that this may be who you're raising them to be, how you want them to be, but everything that's happening here when you present these videos to us is 100% scripted. So I was shocked that a lot of people didn't get that. But come to find out that this guy, children was taken away, and he was on here crying and all this kind of stuff. I was like, wow, because I didn't see much of him in the videos. And again, I didn't see anything about the mother. So I was like, wow, I always wondered about the mother. But that was one thing that also made me not want to watch anymore, is because I never heard any mention of the mother. I'm talking about never. And I suspected that if someone was asking, he was deleting comments, because y'all know I'm a comment section person. So I never saw anybody in the comments asking about the mom. And I saw from people who were new to, they stuck around, and I never saw anybody ever come in and ask about the mom. So that tells me he delete, because it's impossible. You never see, they don't never have any, out of all the scenarios that they have about hitting someone, telling someone you're sorry, you know, just all these things. You would think there'd be an episode to where they'll discuss mommy. How do you feel mom's not here? Or why are you sad? I miss my mommy. Or yes, the boys only have their dad. They have other family members, because they would go see grandma and stuff like that. So he was pushing that kind of stuff. But we don't have a mother, as you guys have noticed. And you know, this is how I helped them through that, because you're raising boys without a mom. That's not normal, and it leaves an unhealthy imbalance. So I was suspicious of him for that. And so I just kind of, you know, fell back a little bit. And you know, then this pops up, and then too, to find out that this has been going on for so long, like pretty much since they split, they've been fighting over the children. That one right there, I just have to sit in that one. And I get it. It's probably not something he wanted to tell his audience. But I kind of find it hard to avoid that conversation, because you're filming them on a regular basis, every day, all day. Like, this is literally their job. And you're claiming that you're filming their real lives. So for one, we're not mentioning mom. And for two, we're not even talking about the fact that you're in court battling over them. It's just kind of weird. I did see where people were more talking about dad. What's up with dad? Can we see you? Can we hear from you? And so he started to get more involved because of that. But he didn't give the audience too much insight on him as this single dad of these twins, and how he's working through that, how that's affecting him, or you know, just anything. It was just too like he had it like micromanaged down to the T of how he wanted to, you know, focus just on, oh, look at these boys, they're twins, they're cute, they're great, they're very intelligent, they have high emotional intelligence, and they solve problems better than most adults. And I guess by way of teaching you guys how to solve conflicts, that's how they're supposed to change the world. It's left up to us to assume, because he never ever says. It's just, we're gonna change the world. So I hope at least the boys got an explanation from their dad on how it is they're supposed to be changing the world, because it just seemed like it's left up to us to figure out. Okay, so when I saw his videos, and then I can't remember her name because I didn't even know about these ladies' channels until this, but I saw her video and they were pointing out a lot of stuff about him, and I was just like, wow, this is harsh, cruel, and unfair, because y'all just bringing this information fresh, and you know, you didn't even take the time to like research it, and I'm hoping at least 99% of this stuff is wrong. And it wasn't, man, it wasn't. And I just left my support video up because at the end of the day, all I asked for is for people to like go listen to his story and everything, and it's up to you to figure out what's going on for yourself. If you're the type, you're surface level, you don't do research, then you're gonna need to watch any of our videos. And I'm saying our because, you know, I do it too, but not so much as these people who are literally covering this situation, like V. Lenore. And when I find the other lady, I'm gonna share it on my community tab because I can't remember her name. But they are doing like in-depth, I'm talking about interviews and just bringing you up-to-date information and getting stuff sent to them. Like they're covering this story. I'm not covering this story. So I count myself out when it comes to being a source. I'm just kind of speaking on it and giving my opinion because, you know, it's really disappointing and it's so sad and disheartening. And, you know, there's a group on Facebook that we're in. And, you know, when I see stuff that's being posted, at first, and I'm an open-minded, open book type person, at first I came in and I said, wow, it's a whole group where they're like talking about this guy, but they're giving in-depth, you know, conversation about it. They're not just bashing. They're giving, I'm talking about damn near essays. And as soon as I ask a question, I don't get attacked. I'm getting damn near essays in response with like time dated, like in sequence information as to what has been going on. And the only thing that was left for me was to like go look at these videos that these ladies were doing that, you know, have more of the information that they're covering the story. So they're going to talk about court, they're going to talk about the mom, they're going to talk about, you know, everything. And even like I said, he came on one of those channels, V. Lenore's, and did an interview, and I was right front and center for it, and I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So after that interview, that's when I was really, I was no longer on the fence or in doubt or nothing. I was like, dude, this is insane. And I could not only, I could only see him for exactly what everybody, because the things that these people are saying about him in the group, I was just like, no, they gotta be a combination of haters and just people who just they just don't, it's not true. And come to find out, this dude got all kind of problems, and I really hope he get himself together, because these are this boy's dad. But it is so insulting and upsetting to constantly see this dude on social media. Not only, but oh, see, they opening up, begging for money to cover all his expenses in this situation, but threatening, and yes, I feel confident in using that, I'm gonna tell you why, and basically threatening to blackmail or blackmailing like openly for people who he don't even know. Like, okay, let me try to not get you guys too confused. So I'm gonna talk about him needing help, him saying he needs help, and I'm seeing the results of this and how he's gone about it. He's on here constantly doing content because he was ordered to take down their content, which he did not. He took down some of it, okay? But he's constantly on here saying that he needs people to pay for his battles, okay? It can be pricey, right? Okay, but these are popular little boys on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and probably somewhere else for years. So most of their lives, they've been making good money. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? And this guy was no longer working. He started this like around the pan. Now, he's been living off of them. They've been living off of their social media career, which I'm not going to sit up here and say something is wrong with it, but it's also kind of I don't know, it's kind of, you know, delicate, because when a parent can see, oh, my child can just, like, we can just do this. It's not easy putting out content, though. Editing, all that stuff, keeping your brand on point, all that. It's a lot of work. It is a job, okay? But it's also a job for them. And they don't get to grow up in a reality that is just genuine. They got to grow up in the reality that is literally created for them every single day. And this becomes an obligation when you have a mortgage, a car payment, light bill, you know, everything, food on the table, and whatever else habits or expenses you got going on that you have created based upon this income. So it is mandatory at that point that they keep putting out content, regardless of what they say, what they want to do, and things like that. There's another channel that I've been promoting and watching for years, Belief in Fatherhood. I'm pretty sure y'all know about that. I love it so much. And I started watching ever since their oldest child, Theo, was a little bitty baby, right? And Theo is such a big boy now. They done had probably four more children or something. They got, yeah, they got like four total, or 5 or something, but a lot of children. And, you know, one thing he has always said is that, you know, if his children ever say they don't want to be on no more, then, and there, it's all was based around them. And there was a time where the children even collectively said, you know, we not really, can you take our videos down on top of that? I'm talking about the videos that pay the bills, right? But he came forth, he told us about it, and he did just that. And for a while, it was hard for people, okay, us, to not see the chocolate babies. But it's like, it's easier because you know that they requested it, and so you're respecting that. And so you try to chill out with, oh, we show miss them babies. You know, mom and dad is great. They're both creative, talented. So, you know, they have content too. But, you know, we got lured in from the chocolate baby. So it's like, you know, okay, but we love and respect that he did that. And then when they decided they wanted to come back, they came back. Okay. And, you know, it should be able to be like that. Now, the father of Gerard and Jerron, the Hurtt twins, he did not set up other things to create this residual income for the family, and he should have probably had a financial advisor as well, so that he can be advised on the proper way to do this, because anything can happen, you know. And I'm not going to start mentioning things we already know. Life happens, okay? And then you're not able to make the content anymore. So when that income dwindles down or stops, and you're only getting, like, you know, money from what you already have out there that's getting replayed or whatever, or say the platforms all kick you off, what do you have? Where's the savings? Where's the trust funds? Where's the college funds? Where is the investments that you made? Where's the other businesses that you got started? Where is all of these things that you have done that you know will continue to generate income and continue to allow for you to be able to build upon in the future? And I'm saying him because he's the working parent right now. He's the adult. But I definitely don't mean to exclude making sure that these children have a good nest egg set up for them above all else, okay? Above all else. And it is clear that this man literally did none of that. None of that. Okay. With that being said, that alone has me agreeing with them coming in and taking the children. That alone. You don't put out this persona that you are the best dad and you have the best care and concern for your children, while also showing us how you feed them, because that was a problem for me too. If you care about them while they're developing, you're gonna give them more nutritious foods. You're not gonna, every is not going to be processed or, you know, easy to make or whatever. Um, but you can't put out this persona and the whole time, which none of our business, we didn't need to know about it, but you can notice they didn't even have brand deals. He didn't come on here and say, hey, the children have this book line. They have I don't know, they're so smart. Like, it could be, the sky's the limit. You know, he could come up with all kind of ideas for them to have businesses that, you know, they don't necessarily have to work hard at. Maybe he does, because he should, but it's theirs and they can carry it on if they want later. But for now, it's building their brand, their name, and it's going to bring them income outside of just posting videos on social media, even though that's work. Okay. But he didn't do that. He didn't have investments for himself. He didn't have nothing set up for these children. So the children were taken, they were given to the mom, and he was accused of exploiting them. Clearly he did. Now he is on here begging for money to help him pay for these expenses and for his day-to-day living expenses as well, because he ain't even trying to get no job. He ain't trying to go work at Family Dollar, then go work at Hardee's, then come and do, you know, street sweep, because they hire people to ride the trucks and clean, you know, the parking lots. I'm talking about when you could do first shift, second shift, third shift, night shift, all that. And, you know, hire you a good lawyer, honey, so that you won't be tasked with by yourself trying to, you know, keep up with the court stuff, because you're not even qualified to fight that fight anyway. But cutting people grass, I'll be, child, whatever it is. I mean, as long as it's not something that the courts will use against me and say, you're not a good parent, look at what you're doing, you're on OnlyFans. Well, I need the money so I get my children back. No, that's not gonna work. But it's like, I get he's not creative, but to get a job, like, you can go to an employment commission and they can help you out. Like, what can I do? What can I do? Can you put in a referral for me? Because I need cash fast, because I need to be you know, sustaining myself to show the courts that we can sustain I can sustain myself and my children when I get them back, if you give them to me. I can pay for this lawyer, because they're gonna kick my butt if I don't. He's on here every day telling y'all to do it. Put the money up in this economy, in Joe Biden's, you know, Sleepy Joe's economy. He's telling everybody to pay for his stuff. And to me, that is so insulting. Now, this guy has also been alienating the mom, okay? He alienated the mom from the children. He put the mom out. She had a older son who was also living with them. And after she had the twins, and the twins were very young, just over a year old, the mom wanted to go to work. He didn't want the mom to go to work. He wanted the mom to stay home with the children. So they were never gonna get along with that. And it turned into a big thing, and he put her and the young man out suddenly. He did not say, okay, I'll give you guys 30 days, I'll give you guys 6 months, whatever it takes, but this is no longer working and we should not live together. This should have been something that they agreed upon. It doesn't matter if it's his house. If she's been living there, she had babies there, it's her house too. So the fact that you put her out, Gerard, I hope you see this video, already tells us what type of dudes you own. Because I just want to let you know, because I don't think you understand what type of time you own that we see and we know that you own. You put that woman and her son out. It don't matter if it was 4 o'clock in the morning, baby. It don't matter if it was 11 o'clock at night, because the discrepancy is that it was 4 o'clock in the morning in the snow. No, you say it was 11 o'clock at night in the snow. And then for you to say, even if I'm paraphrasing, even if I put them out, it's not like they didn't have nowhere to go. My mom stayed right here. My sister lived right here. My uncle lived right here. You know, down the street for the missing shoe, like R. Kelly say. Listen, bro, those are your people. The last place a woman needs to go when she's battling with her own man is to his people. That is not the least safe space for her. It just, how can you even come on here? Just that tells us a lot about who you really are, like your type of personality. very controlling, and just, you think it's only supposed to go the way you say it's supposed to go. So this woman is supposed to stay home and be controlled by you, and you controlling the finances. And a lot of us women know what that's like. It sounds good, it seems good in a way, but even if you have hopes and dreams and talent and skills, a lot of times when these men be wanting to hold you, they want to hold you. Like they don't want to let you be who you need to be. They don't want to let you do what you need to do. They feel like they own you. They feel like your obligation should be whatever it is that they already have in their mindset that you need to be doing on a daily basis. So it's no real freedom there. It's you're forced. How do you think we got the women's rights movement and feminism and all that other stuff? It originated from being mistreated by men, and men not knowing and practicing or even caring to even understand and learn that it's something flying around here. I know it was a jumping spider in here earlier, and I just let him rock. So, I hope he's friendly. I think he is, but see, now I'm paranoid. Yeah, but I can just imagine. And then when you're home all day, anybody who's been a stay-at-home mom, you understand that it is detrimental and it's very healthy, but it can be bad for you mentally, emotionally, physically, to not have on a constant, regular basis a routine that affords you to be able to just go be yourself. Because regardless of what you're doing in life, you still are you, and you have to take care of you, and you need time to be with you, even if it's just by yourself doing something or doing nothing, sleeping, laying out in the sun, whatever you want to do, hanging out with other adults, friends, other women, even just like going out, doing just whatever just having a well-balanced life. And when a person is home all the time and they're not able to be in the workplace or have, these type of feelings of accomplishment of any type, they should be able to do that, even if it's temporary. Just have some kind of hobbies or something. These things are very, very important. You often have people who are out here who wish they could be home sometimes. So it goes both ways. But it doesn't mean that it has to be a permanent thing, but it's whatever is needed for that person, because sometimes you need a break. It sounds like, and to a lot of people, it could feel great to be home. Be with my children all the time. I'm there for everything. I'm making sure they straight. They don't have to be with a stranger. I'm getting to take care of my house like I want, especially for a woman, run my house the way I need to. And, all of that is great, and it's a blessing. But at the same time, you do begin to just feel like you're losing something, you're missing something, and you're not getting enough. Like, it's like you only eat vegetables, but you never eat fruit. You never drink water, but you always eat food. You need a well balance. That's just natural. And for a guy to sit up here and think that a woman should just only be a stay-at-home mom, go to his family house, no, bro, you controlling her, and you're not healthy for her or the children. Because it's healthy for the children. They should be having play dates and stuff. Like, that's, as a stay-at-home mom, that's what we did. We did all kind of homeschooling, like adventures and world schooling, I guess you can call it, and play dates and mommy dates. Okay, we had mommy dates where the children don't come this time, and it's not that, we was drinking wine and stuff. No, we was just being moms, just being women who are moms. You get what I'm saying? So all that creates to you being healthy, because it's something to get to watch your spouse come in every day, and they were out in the big world that you seem to be like kept from, and you don't even remember the last time you've been around other co-workers, even though when you was around them, you probably was like, okay. But I think y'all get what I'm saying. So it's understandable for this woman to want to get out, even if just for 6 months or a year, and just go and accomplish something, and maybe take back a little control. Or maybe she wanted to go and pick up a hobby, and he said, we can't afford that. Well, maybe she wants to afford that. Maybe she wanted to, I like that dress, but he says, we're not spending more than $20 on a dress. Okay, Give her that. Let her have that. I don't think anybody should hold anybody back from anything in a relationship. Even if you don't agree with it, if it's not gonna really hurt anybody, support them. Because being in a relationship shouldn't limit anybody, you know. You're still individuals, and I didn't create my spouse. My spouse didn't create me. So we have a walk that probably we don't even really fully know about. And we should be able to explore whatever we feel like we need to explore, because you don't know where that's coming from. Okay, your husband might come up with some cranky idea, and it's like, no, I can just imagine. You're already thinking about all the problems that can come from that. No, why don't you just be like, okay, he's serious. Okay, cool. I support it. And that's it. That's all. No, we can't afford it. No, it's going to be a disaster. Why you want to do that? I thought you was going to do this. Okay, that's what you, okay, but prohibiting somebody to sit up here and see this guy. He even got on Villano's show and he said she wanted to go to work. We can't even afford that. We be paying for daycare more than, you know, she would make and everything. So he's already limiting her capabilities. And, you know, okay, this is my perspective. Because what he's saying sounds reasonable, right? Daycare will cost more than what she would probably make. Let's assume they already have an idea of what type of job she's going to get and what that's going to pay. Daycare and transportation back and forth to daycare, transportation back and forth to work, all of that is going to cost more. My perspective is support it, because for her mental and emotional health and her growth, she needs that. Okay, so figure it out. Let her do it. On top of that, who knows what's going to happen after that? If she's being led to go do that, maybe it is her creator sending her in a direction she needs to go in. She could have invented something or really elevated somehow and mixed and mingled with other people and, you know, really, really blew up and found her calling, or just all kind of stuff can happen. You don't know, but you don't get to put a stop on that. You don't get to put a cap on somebody's walk in life. That's just bad. I can't even, because I know some people do it because they think it's a responsible thing to do, or they think they're supposed to do it, or they just don't want to go through that, like they don't want that change or whatever. It's not, bro, you can't stop nobody. Okay, whatever you may be afraid of or whatever, if you're not willing to face it with that person, be by yourself. Okay, be by yourself. You don't get to control how your lives go together. You don't get to do that. That's it's the whole, I gotta see if the wife gonna let me. I gotta ask the wife. You don't gotta ask nobody nothing. We're communicating about it, but it's no, oh, if my spouse don't give me permission. It's just real sad to see. And you put this woman out of the house and in the snow and make it seem like she abandoned her children, but how's she gonna take two 1-year-old twins with her in the middle of the night in snow, not having anywhere to go, and she already got another son with her when they're at home? It makes sense for her to leave them at home. Okay, and figure out what they're gonna do for safety, immediate safety, and then come back and figure out what you guys are gonna do about the twins. And you didn't even allow that. Like, this guy blocked her at every turn. They even showed text messages to where he was telling her they're separated. He's done put her out, living in different places, far away from each other. And he's telling her, hey, you can come back and stay here. You can have the main floor and I'll take the basement. That's not going to be a good situation for the children. Okay, but he also told her she can come see the boys, but you just can't take them anywhere. So can you imagine what it's like living with this guy? And he's the only breadwinner, so he really makes all the decisions and controls everything. And so, you know, especially being with a guy like him who thinks his way is the way. Like, imagine being with a guy who thinks that he's supposed to tell you how your life is supposed to go. Like he's your dad and you're a kid and he's raising you. She can come and see them, but she can't take them. Um, she can come back and live with you guys. And I believe this was during the time that she had a boyfriend also. So he did a lot of blocking. There was also a message where she was trying to call and talk to the boys, and she was trying to text him and everything, saying, hey, I want to talk to my boys. What is, why do you keep, not letting me talk to the boys? And, he's like, hey, I'm editing. You're messing with me. I'm working. Don't text me right now. Don't call me right now. You're messing with my money. I mean, the fact that there's so much more, it's really hard. And this guy's on here crying as if he doesn't understand why these boys need to be with their mother right now. They really need both parents, but bro, they need to spend time with their mom. They need to get to know their mom. They need to bond with their mom and their others. They got 2 other brothers now. They need to bond with them. You isolated them from them. That is abuse to these children. That is abuse to her, of course, and the other siblings. So you're creating a whole long line of abuse to her side of the family who don't get to have that relationship with him, but you're over here with all your family, all on the videos, like Suge say. But where's her and her family? We didn't even know whether the woman had passed away in childbirth. I created all, because I'm asking, where's she? Who's the mom? What happened? And I'm like, it's such a sad story. I know it is. I'm going to go back and I'm going to see that at one point he talked about it, but I guess it's too heavy for him, so he can't keep talking about it. So I always tried to find that one video where he said, my wife, childbirth, or, car accident, or cancer, like something. And I got nothing. And the whole time this woman was here fighting for her children, according to her, putting comments in the comment section and he erasing them, which I believe. Let me tell you, when I first started going in the Facebook group, at first I told myself, don't type nothing, be silent. Because I was contemplating whether or not I was going, this is before he was doing interviews. He was just crying, like, why nobody ain't caring and shit. Like, I'm like, for real though. So I'm like, I don't be doing interviews, but okay, I can offer him to come on my platform and just, tell his story. But first I want to kind of peek around a bit, right? Because something is weird here. I go in a group, I say, don't say nothing, don't you type nothing, girl. You just be quiet and just watch and just listen. And let me tell you, I started asking questions because I started reading the comments and the accusations, and I said, these women are very intelligent. They're giving, very detailed information. The spelling is on point. They're complete sentences. It sounds like that these are facts you can find. And, it doesn't seem like they're just saying stuff. So, okay, now they got my attention. So I began to ask questions and try to just, make it, I'm just asking. I'm curious because this is so weird. And, they would definitely answer in depth. Like, it was never oh, you don't believe us? Oh, you don't, how you get those little comments and stuff, and it's like, oh, so you're just saying these things because you heard somebody else say it, or you're just saying this because you don't like that person on here, right? So you don't really know. These aren't necessarily facts that you've investigated. You're just saying these things. No, I wasn't getting that from them at all. So just by way of me commenting, eventually it got me blocked from his page. And I told myself in the beginning, that was going to happen, because this is a group. It's not made to bash him. It's called the Hurtt Twins. I think that's just it. The Hurtt Twins story or something. And people are discussing it. There's people in there who support him or what have you, or don't believe this and that. you know, so they talk in there too. So it could go either way. So the fact that I was asking questions and, you know, they were answering, I tried not to make it seem like I was leaning towards any side, because I honestly still was deciding whether or not I was going to actually reach out to him and say, hey, if you want to come on a different platform and tell your story, and then hopefully that'll get you a bigger interview and a bigger interview or more shares, or, you know, it always leads to somewhere else, because maybe for some reason they just not seeing his video, or they not, I don't know, paying it no attention, but oh look, you know, somebody else is paying it attention. You know how that go when you're single, where they at, okay? Well, not for us women, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, back then they ain't want me. Now I'm hot, they all on me. You get it, you get it. So once I started getting all this feedback from these ladies, I said, this sounds like I may need to just chill. So I took that off the schedule. Don't reach out to him. And I just sat back and boy, did it flow. Did it flow. Here's his interview on V. Lenore. And you could just see the manipulator in him. You could just see the BS. She, in my opinion, was the perfect person to do this interview. Very poised, very just, her questioning and everything was all on point. Her responses to him and everything. And she probably kept him longer than probably anybody else would have. Because he, I believe, would have left the platform a long time ago if it was any different type of situation. Now, one thing that he said in that interview is that they accused him of exploitation. Therefore, they were accusing him of, how can I say, you know, inappropriateness with the children. Okay. And he was like, that's not me. That's not me. So he was trying to say it, that's the way I took it, as if that's what they were trying to infer. You don't see that written anywhere in any of the court documents or anything like that. But why would he say that? Why would he try to get it in our minds that this is what they're trying to accuse him of? Because this is how he moves. If you believe that they're accusing him of the worst, then you're going to focus on that. And clearly he's not doing that, right? And I'm just saying clearly because it's not even an issue other than him saying that, right? So clearly he's not doing that. So boom, 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 they're the worst. This is all wrong. Give him back his boys. You see what I'm saying? Instead of looking at what are they accusing him of, and is that true? So she kindly explained to him, no, exploitation can mean that, but it can mean a host of other things. You know, you can be using them for financial gain, you know, or some other kind of gain. And that could be exploitation. You know, there's, you know, exploitation can encompass other things. It doesn't just encompass sexual type of things. And he was like, no, that's what it means. And I'm like, okay, she's educating you. And just maybe this other adult might be right, unless you've thoroughly researched it, and you couldn't have because you wouldn't think that that's what it means. So why not say, well, maybe it does. I have to look into it, but this is what I believe that they're trying to accuse me of. Something to that effect. No, he stood on it. Sir, dead giveaway that you're full of it. How can you stand on it? Because none of your paperwork says that they accuse you of doing anything inappropriate to your boys as far as touching them, turning them on to other, you know, fouls out there, right? How are we going to communicate on here if we can't say nothing? It's eventually we just going to be, I guess, NPCs or whatever. But, you know, there's nothing there. So why would he be so adamant that that's what they're accusing him of? He's a fraud, liar, manipulator, okay? There were many other things. He wanted to give the impression that he did not intend on having bad things to say about the mother, yet pretty much all he did was point out that she was beneath him and just a low life piece of scum. I found it interesting that when Villanor asked him, where did y'all meet? He didn't find any type of elegant way to express it. You know how when meeting people online and actually dating them in real life was kind of taboo, and people would say, how did you guys meet? And you know, you trying to find a interesting way to say that, you know, you pretty much met online, or you met on a dating site, you know, or if you met, say, at a strip club or something, you know, you guys always try to find, you know, something that seems more tactful of a way to tell people, because you're worried about being judged. Well, we ain't like that no more in this world, but it used to be like that just a short time ago. This guy didn't even try. He was just like on the street. Oh, I'm sorry. Was both of y'all homeless at the time, and y'all you let her share your tent? Like, what you mean on the street? What was y'all doing on the street? Like, because you know, streets, the word streets by itself, you know, when you say streets, either you're homeless, you run in the streets, you belong to the streets. Same thing as running the streets. What you doing on the streets? Panhandling? Like, what you doing on the streets? On the street. And he got to be probed to give more you know, explanation. I'm just like, I'm over this guy already. Basically, you know, she was at a club, he was walking by with a friend, she was leaving the club, but this is his side of it. We don't know what her side is, and that could be true, and ain't nothing wrong with it, but I just felt like he intentionally tried to make it seem like she's beneath him. But how's she beneath you, bro? When you got with her and you had a baby with her, you lived with her, and you wanted to try to keep her, and you wanted to try to make her come back even after she wasn't yours no more and belonged to a whole dude. Then you want to come on here and act like and tell people immediately her boyfriend became obsessed with you, but we see you all over the internet. Here come my neck roll, baby, and all you doing is talking about her boyfriend. I just want to let you know that in the words of the Chris Rock show, you ain't just a fool, you a goddamn fool, bro, because we can see you. Like, we see you, and if somebody don't see you, they don't want to see you. Okay, Stevie Wonder can see you, because if you listen to Orlando Brown, that man is not blind. Neither are we. We see you. That interview was just so revealing. He was evading a lot of questions. He doesn't really like to get in what they are accusing him of, that he actually, you know, really is guilty of. He doesn't really want to come straight forth and answer any direct questions that she was asking of him, that were actually necessary questions for us to be better able to understand why you are being falsely accused and you're actually innocent of these things. He just wanted to come on there, in my opinion, and paint his own narrative and have the conversation go along with that, and then while also pretending like he's the good guy. So you want to come on here and talk about the mama, talk about the boyfriend, say the boyfriend ain't, none of her men ain't nothing, say they beat on her and they beat on your children, when we ain't found. This is court papers right here. Just act like it's a lot of them. We ain't found court paper the third to say that they starving your children and beating on your children. Mom and boyfriend, it's a dangerous place for them children to be, because they starving the children real bad. I'm talking about real bad. And he beating the children, and he leaving them children at home, and they was running outside talking about, oh my God, we're by ourselves. We hungry, and this, why are we here by ourselves and we hungry? Oh, and you know, we just hungry because they never ever feed us. Oh, the social worker knows, she reported it. Hold on. They hungry, they starving. They being beat up. Mama being beat up right in front of the children all the time. It's just beating up and starving. But you know what? We gonna still put them in there because we just want to keep them from their good daddy. He's a good daddy, and we don't want good black daddies. That's what my courtroom say, and I'm gonna put the seal on it, and I'm gonna put the gavel down, and that's what we gonna do. I'm sorry, sir. We ain't finding that. That's a story you made up, and it's worse than the little scenarios you kept running on your doggone show. Huh? Same thing all the time. Scripted. Clearly scripted. And you say, we just sharing memories, but I'll wait. I'm going to get into that. So another thing he talked about on this interview was the mama. Oh, shit. Did I already say the mama? Oh, yeah. It's all about the mama. The mama, I guess I met her on the street at the club. And, you know, she just, this what type of chick she is, okay? She ain't want to be no mama. Because she, you know, wanted to go to work and everything. She ain't want to be no mama. So, you know, as soon as she left here anyway, which I'm pretty sure they wasn't together like that at that point in time. Okay, I'm pretty sure she been turned up at his zoo. I'm pretty sure she been like, bro, you couldn't, I'm not feeling you. I'm gonna keep it respectful. Yeah. Child, please. But he said the mom went off and she got pregnant right after she left me. He wanted to stress that. He said it in other videos too, but he came on the interview and he wanted to stress that. But then gonna ask, like when he was asked, I can't remember what question. What does that have to do? What, boy, what? What you talking about? What you mean? She got pregnant after she left you? I'm sorry. What does that have to do with you? She wasn't pregnant the whole time she was with you, except for with your children. Imagine being pressed about what somebody did after they broke up with you, and then bringing it to the table like it got some credence. Like, I'm sorry, did you kick her out? You did? You big dummy. You kicked her out? Okay. Y'all was broke up? Like, for real broke up? Like, you get out my house and your little son too? Broke up? I ain't gonna lie to you, sir. Under other circumstances, people might be able to say, including us women, right after. But these circumstances, I don't think any of us are going there. I think my heart goes out to her, and I can understand. And, you know, honestly, I can't say you should give her a pass, because nobody cares if you give her a pass or not. You ain't to give her a pass or not. You don't even have a right mentioning it, honestly, but because it's no relevance. It just shows how petty, and you're not making sound decisions when you're judging what is a good and bad thing, you know, as far as this situation. And of course they're gonna look at that. They're gonna look at the stuff you're talking about when you talk about the mama. You don't supposed to say nothing bad about the mama, especially when you're going through a battle. You just, boy, you don't got no kind of advisement. I don't know what you did with that money, but you put this woman out with her son that always knew you as, you know, forever, however long y'all was together. You was his male figure, his father figure, and that was his secure place to be. And he got these little brothers, and she just had these babies, and you didn't make this a smooth transition, a respectful transition, what they have a right to, what they're owed. Okay, let's sit down and talk. Okay, this ain't been working for a while, and maybe do you think it'll be best if we just don't live together anymore? Okay, so how we gonna do with the children? Okay, we agree. Okay, so when do we make the full split? How long do we need? How long do you need? Because I've been taking care of everything. So how long do you need? Because I've been the one paying all the bills. How long do you need? Because you ain't got no money coming in. How long do you need? Nah, you just said get out. Get your boy and get out. And you gonna have the nerve to come on here and talk to us about how she got pregnant by another dude? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you put her in a very hard and vulnerable situation. And I'm pretty sure it's easy for half a decent guy to be able to come and treat her decently and for, you know, them to connect as humans do. That's life. Okay? And she has a lovely baby boy. And that bothers you because what? And you think we supposed to feel away because what? What you trying to say? She been cheating on you the whole time? Boy, please. You, how? What was she, who was driving? I'm sorry, did you have cameras in the home? Because was they sleeping in your bed? Cause if that's, because the only other reason you could be saying it is because she was cheating on you, right? Okay, when she went to the grocery store, how did she get to the grocery store? Who was driving? Who took her when she went to go shopping? Or did you do the shopping? When did she get out and have free time, mommy free time, with no babies to cheat on you? Was it round back when you was asleep because you was tired from working and he come over and they go to the shed or something? Please, please, please. This guy don't have no money for these children, none. Nothing established. Nothing established. And there is so much more to this story. I'm talking, there's okay, this guy says, I was doing well. I was very, I don't want to say wealthy, but he was saying he was doing very, very well. So he might as well say wealthy. Before the pan, and he was, you know, doing very well. He had an expensive car. All of that. Okay, you had the car. What happened to the car? Did you tell us that part? Because we want to know what happened to you, what had happened to your expensive car. Because the Range Rover that we keep hearing about that you had once you got with her, she co-signed for it, right? Right? Okay. So if you owe on it, they're going to call her, right? So if you get repossessed, she going to know about it? Because it's going to be on her credit too. Okay, so when you tell your audience that your car got stolen, I'm sorry, did you even show them a police report? They probably didn't even ask. They probably didn't even ask. So you told them that your car was stolen so that you can get another vehicle. I think it's very interesting that you keep mentioning this Range Rover, because it is the universe making you tell it on yourself or leading people to other things. You say the guardian ad litem came to your home and saw you had a Range Rover and said, oh, you were exploiting your boys. She didn't ask you one question about how long you had it, where'd you get it from, how did you pay for it, which I don't think it was, well, yeah, she could have asked because they had already accused you of exploitation. So those are valid questions for her to ask. But you didn't say she asked you that. You didn't say that she gave you an opportunity to say, I'm not buying this Range Rover with my boy's income. This is how I got it. Or to say, this is their car too. This is our family car. It's just not an Escalade. It's just not a Ford. It's not your typical SUV. It is a Range Rover SUV, but that is our income range. And I had money before this anyway. I mean, I don't think it would be hard for you to have valid explanations as to why you chose a Range Rover, sir. So why didn't she give you a line of questioning? Why would she just look at your Range Rover and say, oh, you exploiting your boys? That's not reasonable, and you should have a reasonable argument against that. So that's not what made them make the decision to go further with your restrictions. Who you talking to? I'm sorry. Your aunties and them? Because not us. Not us. Not us. Not at all. But he keeps saying that. But funny how, word from the mother, allegedly, is that, she signed for that range, so she know that it got repoed. So your car payments, honey, you had that. I mean, I'm sorry, your boys had that. So why would he get repossessed? Suspect. And then you turn to your audience to get you another car with all that income? Suspect again. Suspect again. Okay. Now, I don't know how true this is. I have yet to see anybody produce the document saying so. So I really feel bad bringing this up, but it is a part of what is being said. And I think, if anything, I would like to mention it to say that I have not seen one person bring documents for this. But they are saying that he is failing multiple DRUGS tests. But that could be a rumor, because nobody's even able to say what he's smoking on. Like, what is it? What is it? Like, what can give us a clue, Magoo? Like, so, you know, and I don't think that that's necessary. I don't think any type of rumor or lie is necessary. He's doing a lot of lying already. But his case is so bad and he is so obvious that, you know, that's not necessary. But it could also be true. So, you know, unless there's some court documents that are saying it, that's just where, you know, I just want to make that clear that it is being said, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. But it is suspicious that, you know, your Lorraine allegedly got repossessed and you lied and said it was stolen. I think it's a little sus that you get all these gifts and donations and stuff being bought for, you know, you and your children and your household and all that. And probably way more than we can imagine, because you have a back line. You know, y'all know how hustlers get down. Come on now, especially dudes, and they got all these women's and you single daddy boy, and they might like you. They might think you. Women's weird. They be like, oh, he's so fine, he's so fine. And it's not that the dude is attractive like that or sexy or it's not. It's just that, like, he got some. He doing something. Lil Wayne, they go crazy over that dude. And I know you lying. Okay? So I think we proved it at Lil Wayne. So he got a whole thing going on back there. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't come out with some, and I ain't trying to talk up nothing bad, but some exposed stuff coming on with this woman. And what, girl? That was my man. What you talking about? I was gonna be their mama. A child, he was gonna marry me, honey. Like, okay. But he was working it, you know, from what's being reported. And so you have all this coming in, and you broke. Okay, no, okay, wait, y'all. He been fighting in court. I got you. Why the courts even more so adamant about restricting him? Because he also didn't establish anything for the children. And they're ordering him to, at minimum, because we got to look at what he's bringing in now versus what he could have had. It's like, you know, some top executive going in, getting a minimum wage job just to reduce his child support. So they ordered him to put up $50,000 away for the children, like in some kind of trust or something, because he ain't established nothing for them. And that's at best, because right now, what does he have? Nothing. Imagine the courts having to tell you to at least do that to try and make up for the fact that you worked them for 4 or so years and you didn't establish nothing for them. When if you would have made these decisions on your own, it should never be an issue for when they get older. You touch too much money for them boys. As soon as you realize you was going big, that should have been the first thing you look for to set up. You see the world and the economy. You should have been like doing your research on who to hire and getting the information and putting it into play so you can set up for them boys. Talking about he keeps saying, I sent him to the best school and all this school and all this school. Y'all don't want to know the truth about that. Go watch the other videos because they really get into that. Go join the groups. They really get into that. I don't even want to get into that. Because these boys are not going to just be strangers. Like, they're gonna start reading comments one day. They're going to start watching videos one day. And for that alone, you need to stop and get off of here. Even if you need help and you want to get your boys back. Sir, I'm not a man. That's clear. And I'm not pretending that I really am qualified to give advice on the behalf of a man. But I can give it to you from my perspective, okay? In my opinion, as a man, you can say what you've been teaching your boys, but at the end of the day, we're seeing the real you. We're seeing exactly what you've been doing with them boys. You're showing nobody else. Everything you're hollering to the courts, you're giving us all the answers in all your actions. Everything you have been doing that's been revealed, and what you keep constantly doing now. You're telling us everything. Everything. You know how people say, whatever they say he said, they say he did it. Sir, this is you're just pouring it out, and maybe it was meant for that to happen. But as a man, how long do you come on here constantly, every day, all day, every day, crying on cue and trying to apply pressure to strangers out here on the internet, politicians, actors and actresses, people who are famous and probably care less about you than we do, to come rescue you in your situation. Literally, you want everybody to fix this when it's not us who did it, and it's not our situation, and this here economy, and everybody got their own bills and future to worry about. You didn't even take care of your own children's future when you had all that money coming in, and you still getting it, which is another thing. We see you exploiting your children still, even though the courts ordered you to take their stuff down. You so determined not to go get a job, or 2 or 3, if necessary, that you want to keep posting your children so you can get the income. Or you got accounts over here that you ain't took down the content so you can get the income. And the courts know this, and that's why they keep chopping your head off every time you go back. You just wasting money. That's people donate money to you for that? Baby, please. You have to show me you ready. I'm not giving you no money so you go to court so the judge can be like, boy, you know you ain't doing what we told you to do. Get your butt up out of here. Denied. Stop playing with taxpayers' money like that. Like, sir, as a man, at what point do you not stop begging and low-key threatening, and you get you some jobs, and you get off this internet and you go handle your business? The mama's not on the internet. She not running around here talking about you in this situation. She ain't no fool. She been missing her babies. She is not getting ready to, because if she came on here acting like you did, your children would be in foster care. And anybody can argue that you guys should have a right to tell. But listen, one thing that don't play is them courts when it comes to the children. They don't play. I'm not saying that means they up and right. What I'm saying is they have strict rules, and you best rock with them. It don't matter about what you agree with. And you better have some advisement. Somebody who have your best interest, because it be things that you don't even think that they hold against you. They hold everything and then some against you. They do. Oh, you seem like you got attitude. Next thing you know, you're uncontrollable, or you know, your temperament isn't right for the children, or honey, you on here going ham all over the internet, telling all the business from your perspective, and you are bashing the mom, telling all the mom's business. Your children one day gonna see you on here talking about the mama, saying stuff, whether it's true or not, that everybody didn't know before. So you're whatever you're doing to her, you're doing it now, and you just keep doing it, while also begging for money, but saying you didn't exploit your children. I didn't exploit my children. Y'all, why does anybody care? Does anybody care? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I need money. I need my boys back. I need my money. I need to go to my GoFundMe, my Cash App, and just give me the money to help me. Does anybody care? Does anybody care? Boy, we care about our own stuff, because mortgage is due, rent is due, insurance is due, food need to be bought. Okay, they doing some wacky stuff out here, and prices keep going up for some reason. You ain't noticed that? Every time we turn around, prices this economy is not good. They say it's a recession. That's what they say. Does anybody care? Boy, we care that you on the internet every day talking about this. Listen, honey, you can go to civil court, criminal court, and you can play on the internet all you want to. Nobody's gonna care. Now, that might not help you in court, but you got better of a chance to do that and still win your case than you do in children's court. In children's court, you sit down and you shut up, and you listen to your lawyers, and you work from there. But you know, real bad boys move in silence, baby. You move in silence when you are in children's court. 4 years and you don't know that? You will be the biggest loser as long as you keep talking on this internet. You talking about the courts. You talking about the judges. You talked about guardian ladder. You said everybody wrong, doing their job wrong, and they doing you wrong. And then you're giving the reasons as to why they did stuff like, oh, she saw my Range Rover and she went back and said, yep, he's exploiting these children. Keep them. We know that's not. We know that's not what happened. But this is what you're saying. And this is what the court's hearing you saying. You ain't sane, no rational or reasonable to be responsible for these boys. That's all they got to say. They ain't got to say, oh, we don't like that lie you told on us. We don't like what you said about us. They don't got to say that. Your behavior is not rational. It's a lot of people come in that you need mental help. It's kind of tough seeing those comments. But we looking at you. You ain't got the sense God gave you. I'm sorry, but you don't. And I just want you to understand that so you can go find some. Go get some help. I know the courts either ordered you or offered you some help. It's people out here. Don't inbox nobody. Don't tag nobody asking them to help you with money. Ask them to counsel you. Ask qualified people to donate you some counsel, because this is what you need right now. Some pastors to pray for you, some mental health professionals to get you some sessions, you know, some kind of advisement as far as you just reassess. What are we doing here? Just do that. You got to start there, because if you keep doing the same thing every single day, the same thing every single day, the same thing every single day, sometimes you get better at it, but through that process, you're not doing the same thing. You're doing other things, okay? And this is for somebody who is always learning, always in some kind of class, or self-teaching myself. Yes, repetition, you get better at it. Even with working out, lifting weights, you get better at it. And so it seems like you're doing the same thing. No, you're having dedication. And for you, you think if you keep going, you're going to be successful. But everything is telling you that this is not the right way to do it. And you're not listening. You got to stop reassess yourself and be like, why they trying to put me out like to be the bad guy? I'm telling them what's going on. Why is nobody helping me? Nobody. Okay, bro, listen. You have tagged everybody, literally, from Trump to Oprah to everybody. Tyler Perry, all them. Okay? Local and government politicians. Not just you, your supporters. Random strange people who just come by your story and they believe you. Because they don't look into it. That's what, you know, the other content creators are for. Because your average person ain't getting ready to go do no research on nothing. They see it, if they feel it, they believe it, then it must be true. That's how they work. That's why a lot of us exist. So you got all these people reaching out. You have yourself expressed that you've went to every organization possible. All the father assistant, the biggest one in your state, mind you, most popular ones in your state, all the ones in your state that advocate for fathers who you know, treated unfairly and all this other kind of stuff, father rights advocates. I'm talking about everybody. You don't contacted the ones that be coming up when Trayvon Martin and them be getting killed. You don't went to everybody, and everybody, I'm talking about everybody who has given you a response has turned you down. These precious twins, Gerard and Jerron, the Hurtt twins. The Hurtt twins. Everybody turned you down. Pause. Pause. Why did everybody turn me down? Sit back in a dark room, a light room, a steam room, an infrared room, some classical music. I don't know what it is. Put your phone down and just think. Everybody turned me down? I don't want to be Judge Mathis. But yes, I do. You giving me crackhead vibes. Listen, you come on here and I'm sir, content creators, we watching you. We looking at you. You can block, boy, don't nobody care about your block button. That shit don't work. You act like people only got one account. Like, stop it. But anywho, I just found it interesting that he was blocking me because I'm trying to get the perspective of people as to why y'all think he lying. You know what I'm saying? So that was interesting. So I was like, oh, do tell. Give me a reason to say I need to spend more time over here than coming over here and hearing you and listening to what you got to say. I didn't even know what you really had to say yet. But I listened to them first because of that. Because that was a dead giveaway. And they was already saying, y'all blocking everybody who making comments, who, you know, whatever. Even when it's like not on his page. They going around, and I'm saying they because maybe he got a team. You know, some old aunties or something. But they going around on social media blocking people who seem like they could be saying something that might not be in his favor. So, sir, you come on here and you keep saying nobody's taking your case because they say it's too complicated to do it without money. Okay. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. Show is. Show is. But the truth is, even if you offer to pay them, they don't want your case. How do I know this? Because other people have reached out to a lot of these places for you, and they said no. You yourself has also said they don't want to touch your case, period, with or without the money. You've said this on more than one occasion. Why does nobody want to touch your case? If I'm a father rights advocate group, and I may be well known in my town because I see a lot of people saying, oh, They ain't touching you. They is the shit. They everything. They can do it. All this blah, blah, blah. Okay, you know, they the big boys. Okay, but that's over there in we don't, I ain't never heard of them. Like, it's not necessarily a reason that I would, because I'm not a father, right? But they could reach so many people, because this could really be a big deal, because they're helping the Hurtt twins' father get the boys back with his dad, or get, you know, joint, whatever. It's best. But they took their babies from you, and they put you on 1 hour a whole week. It's people who are accused of putting their hands on their children, and they sometimes aren't restricted like that. You had only an hour supervised visitations with your son. An hour a week supervised. Who wouldn't take that case? And they said shut down the social medias, boy. No money, no money. Who wouldn't take that case? They would be like Crump them. You know, they on here. Trayvon Martin was walking to the store and and everybody like, who he is? Oh, he won. He got the money. Okay, then here come another case. There he go. Now they know who to call, right? See, that's all the daddies gonna be calling them, and they gonna be like, yes, you got them boys back. You anybody would take that case. Complicated. We heard your whole story. It's not more complicated than most of them are like that. Complicated. But actually yours, honestly, in my opinion, is not that complicated. There are way more complex situations going on, okay? I'm talking about way more. Okay? You see my Tyrone Bigum's going on right here. You know, that's what they say you doing, and you got some crackhead tendencies, sir. You got some crackhead tendencies. You want people to believe they gotta donate more money to you, so then you can come back to these people with a better offer, when the truth is they know, they see your case and they know that you every bit of what you are. And they look stupid as hell going in there trying to advocate for you when you run around here and you won't even already stay off social media, much less everything else you're doing. Nah, that's some old crackhead tendencies right there. Crackhead tendencies. You keep trying to get this money. You keep trying to get this money. It's all about this money. I could just go on and 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 on. But you know, as a man, it is real sad to see you sit up here and be in such denial. Such denial. Okay? I feel like you on some Weekend at Bernie's type shit. Like somebody telling you that what you this person that you are, that person, you need to dead that. Okay? You need to dead that. Cause this whole thing that you had going on with your sons, and you was getting that money and it was all sweet. You had a routine and you was like clockwork, like, boys, we know the script. You got your script. You know, run it back. When he hit you, you're supposed to tell him. You supposed to cry and you tell him, say you sorry. Say you sorry in that little cute little accent, whatever. You know, we know how this go. It'd be the same thing every episode. Okay? So, and then you just get this money and you do whatever. And you say, I bought my boys everything. I bought them. They had everything they could ever want. And more than other you keep saying that. Say it again. Say it one more time. I'm going to get my pinky. Say it again. Say it again. Say you sent them to the best schools again. Say it again. Say it one more time. Say they had everything. Everything. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. You gave them everything. Because we ain't see it. What you gave them? Tell us, name it, because we watched the videos. The one thing that sticks out is what kind of toys they had. Oh, I'm sorry. Did they have what other children have? Including friends, play dates, sleepovers, anything popular. Any Minecraft or video games, or I'm not saying that they need any of that. I'm not saying that they should have any of that. I'm saying they had none of that. Did you buy him any bikes? Did we see videos with you? Oh, look what I got y'all today. This happens with a lot of children who be on social media. And you know, bump that. They work for the money. What is Range Rover at? You can get them no little vroom vroom little mini Range Rovers so they can ride around in the yard. Be like, I'm daddy. Yeah. And explain to them, yes, son, your money bought that. Just like your money bought this one that we riding for real every day. So you can do whatever you want to do. What did they have, honey? What did they have? Because I'm trying to figure out, you say they had everything more than any other child, more than most children, more than this and you blah 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 and them schools and all that. Because we gonna talk about the school. I already said y'all gonna find it out for somewhere else, because I ain't going to do that. But they schools don't teach us shit. My people need money. Okay, dead press. That is the jam right there. What did they have? Because we didn't see it. We saw bunk beds. Kitchen table. And skits. You know. Sometimes matching clothes, you know, sometimes pretty, you know, your style is not impeccable. So, you know, sometimes with cute little polos and stuff like that, they was on it a little bit here and there, just sporadically or whatever, you know. Your style, you gonna get them your style. But we ain't see no cool fits, no nice fits, no. They shoe game went on point, same shoes. Okay. Every once in a while, you know, I was like, okay, look at I see those shoes, I see that fit, I see that. I see how you coordinated that. But that would be like rare. But pardon me, because, you know, I'm a designer, so it might be more so me. What I'm pointing out is, boy, you didn't have them freshes on men's. You did not have them like that. They wasn't lavished in nothing. We didn't see them riding no bikes. We didn't see them riding no motorcycles, no four-wheelers. We ain't see them playing with no cars, no remote control cars, no airplanes, no drones, no computer systems. We didn't see you getting them into tech. We didn't see you, baby. Damn, what do children play with nowadays? I can't even think of nothing. My children so old. We ain't see none of that. Literally. It was just walk around and do this skit and get this money. Where the money go, boy? Where the money go? Where the money go? I know the courts want to know that. Where the money go? And, you know, mom and the courts might have to, you know, bring it back on you. And see they might have to go back, like the IRS, to your shit and find out where that money went. Because them her boys, too. Where the money go? Where the fuck? How that money go? Where the money go? Because if they had stuff, we didn't see it. And how could we not see it? Okay, we saw a mug that you had. I guess it's supposed to be y'all logo. You put that on the mug. Okay, we saw that. You know, some donated, you know, toys here and there from the aunties and things, but we didn't see stuff that they had. We didn't see. You said, hey, we can afford to live this life. What lifestyle? What lifestyle was you living? Smoke crack? Like, what you want? It's something. It's gotta be. It's some gambling. Like, you got some kind of vice. For sure. For sure. For sure. Because you just on here trying to get this money. You trying to get this money. And what would other people do? What would other people do? What they do in life? figure out how to get income. Okay, I can go and I can work nights. I can pick up extra shifts. I can go and apply for over here. I can do this part-time. You know, I got my truck. I can go over there. You know, my boy, he needs some help, blah, blah, blah. I can do this. Like, a man gonna come up with 1,000 different damn ways he can make some money. But sit on the internet every single day, 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 all day, and cry and beg and demand. You told them people, boy, you told them politicians, yeah, it's election year. I'm paraphrasing, y'all, but I would hate it if you lose your seat. Like, what the fuck? Like, you was threatening them that they not gonna get voted for, and the people gonna turn against them if they don't help you in your case. And ain't now one of them made a peep your way. Okay, listen. First of all, my opinion, most people are not gonna look at your case. They're not even gonna look at your case. But you've already admitted that a lot of them have looked at your case and said they don't want to touch it. Okay? They're not going to want to touch your case or look at your case